ISD reporting services here in Lima, Peru for the UN climate change talks. On December 9th, we attended the MAPS side event. MAPS means Mitigation, Action Plans and Scenarios, and it is a platform to engage developing countries in climate mitigation.
The MAPS approach began in South Africa back in 2005, and it was developed in South Africa during 3 years, and it informed the South African position to Copenhagen. This approach was then replicated with the help of the donors in 4 Latin American countries through this South-South collaboration. So already learning from the South African experience, Brazil, Chile, Colombia and Peru could implement these processes in their countries.
BRUNO OBERLE, Secretary of State of Switzerland, welcomed participants and explained why his country supports the initiative.
We understand that some countries could have some difficulties to identify exactly what to do, how to do this. We know these difficulties by our experience at home. And so we are glad to help countries exchange experiences.
Because ultimately what policymakers need to know is not only what to do, but what would be the macroeconomic and social implications. What are the effects of mitigation scenarios of a transition towards a low-carbon economy in GDP growth, in employment level, on the inflation, on the public deficit, and on income distribution.
During this dynamic event, 4 countries from South America were able to share their experiences using MAPS.
The interesting thing about MAPS is that it's really capacity building, which comes from peers that really is promoting South-South cooperation. And what was interesting is that they supported us how to make an approach on the research, on the numbers, the figures, the scenarios that we needed to build, but also they supported us in constructing the process in a very participatory manner with a very innovative approach.
Brazil has a long tradition of having consultative processes, but this is the first time that we are doing a bottom-up process. So this is not consultation, these are scenarios that are developed with the stakeholders, by the stakeholders, through an institution such as the Forum that really promotes the participation and this joint development, but also has the presidency of the President of the Republic as its chief.
The side event also showed that countries have been doing their homework and that the engagement of multiple stakeholders is vital for the construction of mitigation policies.
Since this is such a complex issue, since the solutions rest on many people and many sectors, it couldn't be something isolated from reality, done in a university. It had to be something where a number of people could be part of. The challenge is how to put together all these inputs,
Well, the stakeholders for PlanCC Peru were selected among a group of relevant people in the country. The criteria was first to represent the 6 sectors that we were studying, which is energy, forestry, agriculture, industrial processes, waste, and transport. This sector, so we needed expertise and people that knew about the sectors. But not only that, we also had as a criteria to have people that knew about the country politics, the needs of the country, people that have been thinking in long-term planning for years.
MAPS has been assisting the co-creation of evidence and knowledge, which improves credibility, ownership and legitimacy of projects.
The main result that we are now seeing because of these MAPS processes they're actually informing this intended nationally determined contributions, the INDCs, and they're being used in each one of the countries with other information that the country has to inform their contributions within the climate negotiations. These processes are informing decisions from now to the road to Paris and even beyond in the longer term, in the 2050 vision.